Hello viewer, this is Fliptv news. Now the headlines. Court declares banishment of Emir Sanusi unconstitutional. Fani-Kayode arrested in Lagos court, moved to EFCC custody. NDLA destroys 20,000 kilograms of illicit drugs worth 50 billion naira in Abuja. Ondo speakers arraigned over fraud allegations. I am Adeniyi Adiola. Moving on to the news in details. Justice Awulu Chikere of a federal high court sitting in Abuja has declared the banishment of the deposed Emir of Kano State, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi II, from the state as unconstitutional. Delivering a judgment to the November 30th, Justice Awulu Chikere held that the Emirate Council Law 2019 used by the state government in banishing Sanusi was in conflict with the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. She held that the country's constitution was supreme and any law that ran contrary to it shall be null and void. The judge declared that the former emir had the right to live anywhere, including Kano State, as enshrined in the country's constitution. Sanusi, who was dethroned on March 9, 2020, and on March 12, 2020 sued the Inspector General of Police and Director General Department of State Services over what he called unlawful detention or confinement. Joined in the suit were the Attorney General of Kano State and the Attorney General of the Federation as third and fourth respondents, respectively. Although Sanusi was not challenging his dethronement, the former emir, however, sought an interim order of the court releasing him from the detention of Justice Chikere, who struck out the name of the AGF from the suit, and also restrained the first, second, and third respondents from further harassing him. The court, awarding a 10 million naira fine against the first, second, and third respondents, also ordered them to tender a public apology in 2 national dailies to the deposed emir, the respondent, and restoring his right to human dignity and personal liberty. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress and the former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode, has been arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. He was arrested on Tuesday at the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos, and moved to a nearby EFCC office. Fani-Kayode, who was in court for the trial of an alleged forgery case against him, was walking out after the case was adjourned till January 24, 2021, when he was approached by an EFCC investigator, arrested and moved into custody. An EFCC investigator, Mr. Shehu Shuaibu, confirmed the ex-minister's rearrest, saying he was being quizzed over false documents. Meanwhile, this came barely 1 week after news added that the former minister was arrested for forging a medical report during his trial for money laundering at the Federal High Court in Lagos. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, on Tuesday, November 30th, destroyed assorted illicit drugs worth over 50 billion in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Chairman of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Bubamawa, described the public destruction or burning of the 20 tons of assorted illicit drugs as a further affirmation of the resolve of the anti-narcotic agency to wage a war against drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking in Nigeria. Mawa, who was represented by the Secretary of the agency, Barrister Chedrak Aruno, noted that the quantity of the drugs being destroyed is a reminder that the magnitude of the drug problem in the country. We may recall that when President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurated the War Against Drug Abuse, WADA, campaign of the NDLEA on June 26, 2021, he declared that WADA should not just be a slogan, but a call to civil action by all Nigerians. Today's public destruction of 20 tons further buttresses that call to action. It stated that the quantity of the drugs being destroyed is a reminder about the magnitude of the drug problem in the country. Mawa said the dire implication of the country's drug prevalence rate is the reason the new NDLEA under his leadership has doubled up down on efforts and now aggressively pursuing its mandate. To this end, NDLEA has been effectively repositioned more than ever before to curtail the production, cultivation, processing, importation, exportation, sales, trafficking, and abuse of controlled drugs and illicit substances. We have had to transform into an intelligence-driven anti-narcotic organization. We have reinforced our resolution to mitigate the country's drug prevalence by non-stop, result-oriented drug supply reduction operations, leveraging an offensive action philosophy to carry the fight to those who trade and traffic in banned and controlled substances, he said. He said with over 10,000 arrests, more than 1,000 jailed, and 5,579 counseled and rehabilitated in 10 months, we are not resting on our oars. This time around, we are going to clean the urgent stable. We are going to get more sophisticated equipment that will enable us to achieve our operational mandates. Our workforce has been motivated to perform with promotions and performances reward schemes, while we have also bolstered our strengths with the employment of 5,000 officers and men this year. The agency is experiencing a resurgence and is being retrofitted to operate at full capacity. I can declare to you that the drug fighting machine, that is NDLEA, is fully oiled and in optimum condition. You can be rest assured that the agency will not fail in its mandate to keep society safe, he concluded. At the event where the FCT Minister Malam Mohammed Musa Bello, represented by Dr. Abdulateef Bello, Chairman, FCT Council of Chiefs and the owner of Abaji, Alhaji Baba Adamu Yunusa, heads of security agencies in the FCT, as well as directors and other top officials of the NDLEA. The Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly, Bamidele Oleye Logun, was on Tuesday arraigned over allegations of fraud. Oleye Logun, who appeared at the High Court sitting at the Olokuta Correctional Center, Akure, the state capital, was arraigned by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Meanwhile, this trial was stalled following the absence of counsel to the anti-graft agency. In March 2021, the EFCC had detained the speaker over petitions regarding his involvement in an alleged 2.4 million naira seminar fraud that rocked the assembly. Also invited and detained alongside the speaker by the EFCC were the lawmaker representing Akoko Southwest in the House, Felemu Bankole, the former clerk of Assembly, Mr. Bode Adeyelu, and 3 other staff. Speaking with newsmen on phone counsel to EFCC, the bank, Frederick, disclosed that another date of adjournment had been picked over the arraignment of Oleye Logun in order for the legal team to be fully prepared. According to the bank, charges against the speaker will be made available during the next adjournment date. Meanwhile, officials of the Olokuta Correctional Center barred journalists from entering the court premises. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Fliptv News. I am Adeni Idiola. Bye for now.